I gave up my seat to a pregnant middle-aged woman on the subway. She tracked me down at work and called me her husband. Even claimed her baby was mine. Coworkers teased me for dating someone way older. Just figured the woman was mentally unstable. But 3 months later, popped out quadruplets. She showed up with a paternity test to find me. Chenji, here's the paternity report for you and the kids. Results show DNA matches theirs at 99.99%. Their biological dad. My wealthy girlfriend found out about everything and dumped me right away. Ended up marrying her due to public pressure. After we got married to feed 4 kids, worked day and night nonstop. On the exact day all 4 kids headed off to college, woman whacked me over the head from behind. Enjoy. You'll never learn how I got pregnant with your kids. When I opened my eyes again, I'd been reborn back in time. Right on the same day I gave her my subway seat. Kuihua was already standing right in front of me. My mind raced a mile a minute as I stared at her. Never crossed paths with Kuihua before this moment. Our subway encounter was our very first meeting. That meant I'd never slept with her at all. How on earth was I the father of her unborn baby? Just then, an elderly man beside me urged me on. Can't you see this pregnant lady's been standing next to you forever? Hurry up and give her your seat. I glanced around the whole car, spotted something off immediately. There were empty seats all around me, front and back. Yet Kuihua ignored every single empty spot. She only fixated on my seat. A wild theory popped into my head right away. Could sitting where I'd been seated, making skin contact, enough to link our DNA somehow? That how she wound up carrying my child? Be some futuristic genetic tech I knew nothing about. That was the only explanation I had. Realizing this, heart started pounding out of my chest. I almost slid right off my seat from nerves. Until I figure out the full truth. Can't overlook any suspicious detail. I shut my eyes and pretended to fall asleep. Seeing this, the old man pressed me again. This pregnant woman's been waiting beside you forever. Faking sleep! For your seat now! After him, a big muscular guy also chewed me out. You're a full-grown adult. Here's your basic manners. This pregnant lady's waiting for a seat. Get up this instant! I kept my eyes squeezed shut, acting like I heard nothing. This exact same scene played out in my past life. I'd only planned a quick nap on the subway ride, but Kuihua stood glued next to me nonstop. All these people kept staring and nagging. I'd had no choice but to give up my seat back then. But I'd learned my painful lesson last lifetime. I was never giving up my seat this time around. Their constant complaining got too loud though, so I snapped my eyes open and yelled. There are tons of empty seats all over the subway car. Why do I have to move? Not even sitting in a priority seating spot for elders or pregnant women. What makes me obligated to stand? I love sticking your noses into other people's business, but as soon as I finished speaking, Kuihua opened her mouth to talk. I'm really feeling terrible and dizzy. I can barely stand anymore. Could you get up and help me to an empty seat in the back? Her voice cracked like she was about to cry. For a split second, a vicious glare flashed across her face. It's definitely plotting something shady. Then the elderly man spoke up again. Young man, this pregnant lady's cutting you some slack here. Stand and walk her to another seat and back. Oop, I'm not getting up under any circumstances. My gut feeling grew stronger by the second. Every weird move Kuihua made aimed for one single goal, to force me out of my seat. Do you guys leave me alone already? I'm not getting up. You're so eager to help her. Why don't you walk her over yourself? The bulky guy couldn't take my answer anymore and threatened me outright. You're gonna give up that seat or not? First you bully a pregnant woman, now you're being rude to an elderly man too. What if they both fall and get hurt? It's none of my business. You all just drop this? I'm staying seated. Seeing I wouldn't budge an inch, big man reached out and grabbed me with both hands, trying to lift me off the bench. I caught Kuihua's smug eyes as he pulled at me, flashed back to all my terrible suffering from my past life. I made an extreme split-second call. Seconds later, a weird stench hit the big guy's nose. He glanced down, spotted a puddle of liquid right under my seat. Whoa, this kid just peed his pants. Everyone around clamped their noses shut instantly. The muscular guy quickly let go of me. I shot a taunting look straight at Kuihua. Well, still trying to pull your scheme? Kuihua gave up pestering me after that and angrily sat down across from me. I finally breathed a huge sigh of relief. 10 minutes later, Kuihua stood up and got off the subway. This stop was right by my office building. I remembered crystal clear from my old life. Kuihua exited the train at this exact stop with me. She hounded me at my workplace every single day. All at once, a critical thought hit me. I dodged giving up my subway seat successfully. I still had my desk, mug, and personal items at the office. Touching those things could still create that weird DNA link with Kuihua. I immediately pulled out my phone and dialed, asking scrap collector Brother Liu to haul away all my office stuff. Next up, I called my boss directly. Boss, I've been diagnosed with schizophrenia. I can't come into work anymore. Calling to formally quit my job. I can keep my final paycheck, no need to send it over. I hung up the phone and let out a long breath of relief. Now I'd cut all possible physical contact with Kuihua entirely. There's no way her baby could end up being mine anymore, right? Just to play it safe. I stayed in the company work chat group, planning to watch how everything unfolded next. Sure enough, not long after, Kuihua got added into our work group chat. Boss introduced her using the exact same lines as my previous life. Let her pregnancy or age fool anyone, guys. She's not young anymore. Her coding skills outmatch 5 regular developers combined. We should all learn from her work ethic. Work hours wrapped up for the day. Nothing strange popped up in the group chat all afternoon. That night, right as I was about to hop into bed, wealthy girlfriend Lily's call popped up on my phone. Njai, I never thought you'd turn out like this. I've heard everything about you and Kuihua. We're breaking up. She hung up instantly. I pulled up our work group chat. The messages inside made my blood boil. Kuihua posted in the group claiming I'm the biological father of her child. Demanded I take responsibility for her baby. Njai, you quit your job just to dodge your parental duties? You even a real man? That jab came straight from my office rival Wang Cheng. I've always been jealous I had a gorgeous, rich girlfriend. This was his perfect chance to stab me in the back. No doubt he was the one who snitched to Lily and ruined our relationship. I dialed Lily's number right away, hoping to explain the entire misunderstanding. Lily, I swear to God, I never cheated on you once. I was making up every single lie. I barely even know this woman. There's zero chance I fathered her baby. Just like last lifetime, tried calming my girlfriend down with these reassurances, yet unease crept into my mind all over again. I'd gone out of my way to avoid all contact with Kuihua. Why does she keep popping up out of nowhere? Makes her so certain I'm her baby's dad. With these questions swirling, I called her out directly in the group chat. Kuihua, stop spreading these false rumors immediately. Otherwise, I'll hire a lawyer and sue you for defamation. Exited the company chat right after sending that message. But right then, random unknown number texted a photo to my phone. It was a picture of Kuihua and me together, held hands tightly, looking totally intimate. I stared at her with obvious fondness in my eyes, like a head-over-heels young couple in love. Then the date printed in the top left corner caught my eye. It read, 1995. Can't possibly be real. Wasn't even born yet back in 1995. When did I ever take such a romantic photo with her? I was stuck deep in confusion. Loud, frantic knocking erupted at my front door. I peeked out through the peephole. It was none other than Kui Hua outside. Honey, I'm home from work. Open the door for me, quick! My heart skipped a beat in panic. Where did that bizarre old photo even come from? Where did Kui Hua find my apartment address? I froze in place, refusing to unlock the door. Her knocking only grew louder and more insistent. At that point, my neighbor Brother Wang stepped out into the hallway. Who are you? The middle of the night, pounding on someone's door, ruining my rest, knocking at my husband's front door. Mind your own business. Hold on, what did you just say? Kenji is your husband? That doesn't add up at all. I've met his actual girlfriend before. He's thousands of times prettier than you. Why is that impossible? Kenji's the biological dad of my unborn baby. He's just dating 2 women at once. I went cold with dread hearing her lie. Brother Wang's the biggest gossip in the whole apartment complex. By tomorrow, this rumor will spread through every floor of the building. I immediately pulled out my phone and dialed the police. When officers arrived outside my doorway, Kui Hua had already drawn a crowd of curious neighbors. I hurried out into the hallway to meet them. Honey, you finally decided to open up the door. The cop turned toward me to ask questions. Good evening, sir. Did you place this emergency call? Yes, officer. This woman's been banging on my door all night long, spreading fake lies that I'm her legal husband. I've never met this person a day in my life. Ma'am, you need to come down to the precinct with us. Not going anywhere. Haven't committed any violent crimes. Legal grounds do you have to take me in? Officers, listen. Pregnant lady slandering me right outside my front door, claiming I'm her spouse, that I fathered her unborn child. My real girlfriend already heard all these false stories. Now she's threatening to break things off with me. The officers nodded after hearing my side. Hesitated to detain her since she's pregnant. They couldn't physically restrain her. Ma'am, please cooperate and follow us to the station. Cornered with no other options, Kui Hua suddenly spun around and tried to bolt away. Police blocked her escape downstairs instantly. We all headed to the police station together after that. I pulled up the weird vintage photo on my phone to show them. This picture's dated all the way back to 1995, but I wasn't even born yet that year. How could I possibly be photographed alongside her? I dialed the unknown number that sent the photo right away. Kui Hua's cell phone immediately started ringing. That confirmed she was the one who sent the picture. Ms. Kui Hua, can you explain what's going on with this photo? It's exactly what it looks like. Genuine snapshot of me and my husband, where this photo was taken legitimately. The cop pulled up Kui Hua's official criminal record to check, and gasped out loud a split second later. Ma'am Kui, we're just released from prison last year? Wait a second! Kui Hua spent time behind bars? What if I did time before? I'm 100% certain. Chenjae's definitely my baby's biological father. Until I give birth and we run a paternity test. Science will prove my innocence then. I can't convince you guys right now, and there's nothing more I can say. DNA testing speak for itself later on. Her unshakable confidence left the cops unsure what to do. The officer turned toward me with a question. Mr. Chen, is there any chance you hooked up with her once? Blacked out the memory from drinking too much? I swear I've never slept with this woman at all. Plus, I'm severely allergic to alcohol. I never touch a drop of liquor ever. Hey, don't get mad at me, okay? Hurts my heart seeing you upset like this. Fake sweet talk only made my anger flare hotter.